It's cold, it's snowed under, the temperature is hovering between -15 and -20 degrees centigrade. I am in the scenic valley of Lahaul and Spiti. I wouldn't have been standing here had it not been for the Attal tunnel which you see in the background, the green structure which opens into the Lahaul Valley.
3000 मीटर की ऊंचाई पर बनी और 9 किलोमीटर से भी अधिक लंबी यह टनल न केवल सबसे लंबी बल्कि एक बेहद कॉम्प्लेक्स कंस्ट्रक्शन है। इसके निर्माण की राह कोई आसान नहीं थी, पर इन सभी मुश्किलों को पार करते हुए अटल टनल को पूरा कर हमारे बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के जवानों ने अपनी दृढ़ता और संकल्प को दर्शाया है।
On this episode of Life and Science with Pallav Bagla, a inside look at the making of the Attal tunnel, a look at civil engineering aspects, a look at electrical engineering, and how engineers from the Border Roads Organization braved the cold conditions and finally connected with an all-weather road between Lahaul and Spiti and the Kullu Valley.
For your information, the second tunnel in the world, about 10,000 feet, is only 2.72 kilometers in USA, Eisenhower Tunnel. You can understand the jump what India has taken over the technology over 10,000 feet in tunnels.
The tunnel also sends a message to India's adversaries. India knows how to protect its border. Taming tough terrains is at the heart of one organization. From the highest airfield in Ladakh to the lowest point in Great Nicobar, the Border Roads Organization excels in connecting India. I am standing at one of India's 21st century engineering marvels. Behind me is the Attal tunnel at Rohtang, the longest tunnel above 10,000 feet in the Himalayas.
मैं मानता हूं कि अटल टनल रोहतांग देशवासियों और खास तौर पर हिमाचल वासियों के प्रति पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री स्वर्गीय श्री अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी के स्नेह, सहयोग, प्रेम और उनके कंसर्न को दर्शाता है। लगभग 20 वर्ष पहले उन्होंने स्थानीय जनता की ज़रूरत को समझा और इस टनल का सपना देखा। अब प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने अटल टनल का उद्घाटन करके हिमाचल प्रदेश की जनता के सपनों और उनकी आशाओं, आकांक्षाओं को पूरा किया है। 3000 मीटर की ऊंचाई पर बनी और 9 किलोमीटर से भी अधिक लंबी यह टनल न केवल सबसे लंबी बल्कि एक बेहद कॉम्प्लेक्स कंस्ट्रक्शन है। टफेस्ट जियोलॉजीज और बीच में पड़ रहे लार्जेस्ट शियर जोन के कारण इसके निर्माण की राह कोई आसान नहीं थी, पर इन सभी मुश्किलों को पार करते हुए अटल टनल को पूरा कर हमारे बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के जवानों ने अपनी दृढ़ता और संकल्प को दर्शाया है। कठोर चट्टानों के 2 किलोमीटर नीचे इस टनल का होना स्वयं हमारे देश के टेक्निकल कॉम्पिटेंस का एक प्रमाण है। इस प्रोजेक्ट के अधिकांश कार्य हमारे अपने इंजीनियर्स द्वारा पूरे किए गए हैं। इसलिए अटल टनल रोहतांग का निर्माण आत्मनिर्भर भारत के एस्पिरेशंस एस्पिरेशंस और हमारे इंजीनियर्स को नई स्किल्स से लैस करने का एक बहुत बड़ा उदाहरण है। और मैं मानता हूं कि यह अटल टनल रोहतांग का हमारे देश के लिए एक स्ट्रेटेजिक इम्पॉर्टेंस भी है। हाल ही में बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने सिक्किम में थेंग टनल का निर्माण किया है। 4 धाम एक्सिस पर उत्तराखंड में चंबा टनल पूरी हो चुकी है। अरुणाचल प्रदेश में सेला और नेचपू टनल का निर्माण कार्य भी तेजी से चल रहा है। बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन द्वारा इन सुरंगों का निर्माण हमारे देश की इन हाउस कैपेसिटी को भी दर्शाता है। अपनी इन क्षमताओं के चलते अब हम देश के बाहर भी टनल कंस्ट्रक्शंस का जिम्मा लेने के लिए पूरी तरह से तैयार हैं। इस प्रकार यह मेक इन इंडिया के साथ साथ मेक फॉर वर्ल्ड की भी हमारी आकांक्षा को पूरा करने की दिशा में एक बहुत बड़ा कदम है।
Attal Tunnel is a gold standard benchmark world over. It's a world-class work which will showcase India's engineering ability to work in extremely difficult terrain, both not only in terms of heights, the kind of rock strata and the variation in terms of the fragile work environment, terrain in which they have to work. I think BRO can truly be proud of its work when we look at Attal Tunnel. And in fact, I would say the nation is proud of the work which BRO has done. I would even say that nation is indebted to BRO and its employees for the work it has done. BRO employees sacrifice a lot when they work. They work in difficult conditions, dangerous conditions, and doing such difficult work in these conditions is really something which creates a model for all of us in terms of their dedication, their commitment to the cause of nation's development, and of course to provide strategic infrastructure for our nation's security.
And to explain to us the complexities of the making of this tunnel, we have with us Lieutenant General Rajiv Chaudhary. He's a civil engineer, and incidentally, both General Chaudhary and I share an alumnus, the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Thanks a lot for joining us, General.
I salute you also
Welcome.
for being here at this height of 10,062 feet, and you have made it. I'm quite impressed with that.
Thanks a lot. General, why should India be proud of what we see behind us, the Attal Tunnel?
Firstly, this is the longest tunnel what has been constructed in the world by any engineers. This is 9,000 meters long tunnel, above 10,000 feet. And for your information, the second tunnel in the world above 10,000 feet is only 2.72 kilometers in USA, Eisenhower Tunnel. You can understand the jump what India has taken over the technology over 10,000 feet in tunnels. So it's a major breakthrough, and this tunnel is not connecting the places as it will be connecting Lahaul-Spiti people. It is also connecting the people of Lahaul-Spiti which were cut off for approximately 6 months from the mainland. So we are connecting the culture, we are connecting people, we are connecting places.
So you're joining hearts.
Yes. So, and this tunnel has got a lot of strategic value and lot of socio-economic importance.
The Border Roads Organization works in some of the other more difficult conditions. Tell me, from the deserts to the sea, where all and how difficult the conditions are.
Border roads, as the name suggests, it works on the borders. So we work in the Thar Desert borders. The temperature goes up to plus 50 degrees centigrade. And we work in areas like this, and more higher areas, have got temperatures of approximately minus 50 degrees centigrade.
Minus 50.
At Dras, Kargil, it goes, that is the second coldest place in the world. So you can understand the differential of temperatures of operation is approximately 100 degrees centigrade. And the same people, sometimes they go to Thar Desert, sometimes they go to Dras. And not only this, our expense spreads from DSDBO to Indra Point.
Which is the highest airfield we have.
Highest airfield.
In Ladakh.
Absolutely. And goes down below to Indra Point, which is the lowest point of our Indian subcontinent.
Which is the southernmost point on Great Nicobar.
Absolutely. And also from Thar Desert in the west to Arunachal Pradesh, which is the easternmost part of the country. So we are spread across the country. We are joining people and places, as I told you earlier, and we are joining cultures.
How do you lead such a diverse pool of people?
Now, that is a very difficult question. I don't lead. I just facilitate people.
Oh, lovely.
I don't lead. I don't do anything. It is just I do little things to increase and infuse that motivation.
We
plan.
see a lot of concrete here. What are these concrete
This
structures
is basically to stabilize the hillside, which is very fragile.
Okay.
If you see the fall, it is nearly 90 degree.
Okay.
And these mountains, under the pressure of the snow and on its own pressure, they sometimes start crumbling and come down on the road in form of debris, so which blocks the traffic. So we do shotcreting, and this is called bolting. And those pipes you see, they are called weep holes.
Okay.
Okay. So that mountain, when it weeps, in the sense when the water gets seeped into the mountain side, it has to be given outlet. So they are the weep holes and the bolts and the shotcreting, basically to stabilize the mountain side.
Lovely. Let's take a look at some of the other work. At the Attal tunnel, General Rajiv Chaudhary gave us a broad overview. Now let's meet some of the key people who made the tunnel possible. We have with us Chief Engineer K.P. Purushothaman. He hails from Kerala but works at over 3,000 meters and made this tunnel. So Purushottam, how easy or difficult, and what are the peculiarities of this tunnel?
Yeah, this is one of the most difficult tunnel, I would like to say, in the world, and this is having the record of the longest highway tunnel above 10,000 feet altitude. This tunnel is having all the modern facilities which a highway tunnel is required to have. So we have got the salient features. I would like to say length of the tunnel is 9 kilometers, and the levels on both sides, north portal and south portal, is 3060 meter and 3071 meters respectively. And by constructing this tunnel, we are saving a length of 46 kilometer distance of the road.
Let's also talk to Brigadier Baghi. Brigadier Baghi, there are challenges on the south portal, there are challenges on the north portal. What was the big challenge on the north portal?
The biggest challenge on the north portal was connecting the tunnel's north portal to the main axis, that is the Manali-Leh axis. So for which we had to construct 100-meter bridge, which was the biggest challenge in the time-bound manner approach, and the 100-meter bridge, which was to be made in the least time frame, that was almost 3 to 4 months. I think that was the biggest feat achieved by the Project Deepak and the task force of 38 task force.
India is blessed to have officers like you. Colonel Umashankar, the tunnel is one bit, but reaching the tunnel and going out of the tunnel, what was your key role?
See, our role was to provide connectivity to both ends of the tunnel, especially at the north portal. North portal, there was no connectivity. Earlier, it was connected through a Bailey bridge, which was for class 40 capacity. So we had to enhance the capacity to class 70. So our main role was to provide that class 70 connectivity to tunnel and to connect that tunnel to the national highway.
So what does class 70 mean?
That is 70 ton load it can take on.
Meaning it should be the bridge should be able to carry
tanks
a 70 ton, and that is largely for tanks.
Roughly, yes.
So you are providing strategic connectivity.
Strategic connectivity to the tunnel to the main national highway 3, that is Manali-Leh highway. That was our main role.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot and God bless you, sir. Now let's go inside the Attal tunnel itself, the 21st century engineering marvel. Now we are inside the Rohtang tunnel, as it was called. Subsequently, it was named after visionary Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who used to love Kullu Manali as the Attal tunnel. General Chaudhary, what is the larger vision of the Border Road Organization and of the nation for connecting India?
If you see, last 60 years, we have been working in 12 states, and now, of course, 4 more UTs. where
Union territories.
Union territories, where we have been connecting the most difficult places in rough weather conditions and bringing people together. Our vision is there to make it faster. There are number of more such projects which are being integrated by the government, seeing our expertise on the border areas, difficult terrain, inhospitable weather conditions. So there are projects like Bharatmala project, SARDP project.
What is SARTP, sir?
That is Special Accelerated Road Development Projects.
Late Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee gave the concept of the golden quadrilateral.
Absolutely.
Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his own way, how is he helping connect India?
Now, if you see the vision of late Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, it was golden quadrilateral, which accelerated the growth of the country, increasing the trade. A lot of freight moves on those roads today. And also the connectivity from the east to west corridor, north to south corridor. Now, present Prime Minister Honorable Narendra Modi is connecting the borders through the Bharatmala project. All starting from Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab, these three UTs which have been created, Jammu, Valley and Ladakh, then Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and spread all along to the eastern states. So it's a huge project where number of roads have been given to border roads because other agencies have not got that kind of expertise to reach those areas which are far-flung areas.
Let's now, from having looked at your vision, let's take a look at one of the most challenging parts of making of the Attal Tunnel, which is the Seri Nala challenge. Let's go, sir. We are inside the Attal Tunnel, and above me is the notorious Seri Nala. General Chaudhary, how did you and your team tame this Seri Nala? It looks so tame just now.
You see, when the tunnel was being made, it was known that there is a Seri Nala, but the quantum of water it was carrying along with it and the muck hitting the tunnel alignment was not really known because it was below the surface. And geostrata is very complex down below the ground. So thereafter we exposed that Seri Nala and did lot of technical analysis, and we came to know approximately 8,400 liters per minute water was hitting the tunnel alignment.
8,400 liters.
Yeah.
On an average, we consume between 3 and 7 liters of water. So that's the number.
And you cannot understate the power of water. It is so strong, it can take away anything along with it. So immediately we had to find the technical solution to that force of water which was coming and hitting the tunnel alignment. So what we did lot of channelizing of that water along the tunnel. For that, there was a proper drain. You can see this drain, which is the approximately now this water has been channelized, and 6,000 liters per minute is coming through this drain, and other water has been stopped using the short pleating of the sides of the tunnels where it was seeping and leaking through the sides also. So it was making gradually the sides weaker. So that has been stopped by a lot of waterproofing treatments, lot of waterproofing layers have been put. There have been pipes laid all along the tunnel in this section which will take this water and drain that water into the proper pipes which have been laid here.
So if I can summarize, essentially you put a river under the tunnel also.
Absolutely. So we have given that way, proper way to the water which was hitting the tunnel in different sections. So all that water now is passing through this drain.
Sir, in so many tunnels I have visited, there is always water seeping from somewhere or the other. This is a very dry tunnel. Is it new? And how long will this tunnel last?
Now that is a very important question, and that is also very technical question. World over, wherever we make tunnels in the mountains, because mountains have got their capillaries. Wherever the water will flow, it will flow through the mountains, subsurface and on the surface. Okay, so it is bound to hit the tunnels whenever we dig the tunnels in the mountains. However, today we are in 21st century, where we have got a lot of effective solutions to this draining of this water in a proper channel. And what you asked me, how long this tunnel will last, I would say on paper 100 years.
That is the nominal life.
Nominal life, but it will go for 200 years and beyond. So
Which
your
is-
generations, maybe 5-6 generations will see.
So it depends on these officers how well they maintain.
Yeah.
Now
So
let's
it
go and
is going
see-
to stay.
Now let's go and see. You have a very special part of the tunnel, which is an escape tunnel, which is right below the tunnel. Correct?
Yeah.
Let's go and see that, sir. General Chaudhary, where are we? This seems like a smaller tunnel.
Yeah, we are in the escape tunnel. In case of any eventuality accident in the main tunnel, and people have to be evacuated because of some fire reasons or accident, so there is a tunnel below the tunnel, and this is 3.6 meter wide and 2.25 meter high, and this is all along the tunnel, and there are 18 entry points in the tunnel where you can escape and be safe.
When does one use it?
When does one use it? In that eventuality will not come, but we also plan for all the options. You see, in case of fire or in case of some kind of accident within the tunnel, and people have to be taken to safe place. So this is the passage which we use to take them out of the tunnel.
Normally, it is on the side of the tunnel. Why
Yeah.
is it below the tunnel?
So that
is
is
it safe?
That is, yes, that is very safe. That is the unique feature, structural feature of this tunnel, that there are 4 levels of this tunnel. Now we are standing at the 2nd level. What you see here, this is the lowest level. This is the drain, what I explained you there, where all the water, which is coming from the sides, is being channelized. Half of this water goes on the north side, and half of the water goes on the south side. This is the 2nd level we are standing, escape tunnel. On top is the tunnel, and above the tunnel is also the ventilation shaft, where all the gases or polluted air, which is created due to the passage of the vehicles, that is collected and thrown out of the tunnel.
And you also have ducts where you carry some cables?
Yeah, there are the ducts on the sides of the tunnel. All your communication cables, your electric cables, any other cables which are related to the services within the tunnel, they are taken, they are integrated, they are taken out of the tunnel, and there are also electric cables which are going to the Lahore Spiti area for their electricity requirements. So there are a huge number of services which had to be planned and integrated within the tunnel.
Let's take a little look at the escape tunnel a little more.
Yes.
We have now come into the scenic Lahore Spiti Valley. 4 decades ago, when I crossed the Rohtang tunnel, it would have been impossible to stand here in December. The temperature right now is minus 15 degrees centigrade, General.
Absolutely.
Both of us are braving the cold.
Yeah, every one of us.
So we are here in the North Portal. What happens in winter when there was no tunnel at this point?
When there is no tunnel, at this place where we are standing, during the winters, there was approximately 30 to 40 feet of snow accumulated. So you can well imagine what is the importance of this.
High.
So high. And South Portal, the accumulation of snow was approximately 6 to 10 feet. Wow. So this place is really chilling.
Let's now meet some of the people who were involved in the making of the tunnel and some of the locals who have benefited from the tunnel.
आपका क्या नाम है?
रुद्राम जी।
रुल्दुराम जी।
रुल्दुराम।
रुल्दुराम
जी।
आप इसमें कंस्ट्रक्शन के टाइम पे इसमें रहे हैं बनाने में?
इसको बनाते तो लगे हुए, मैं तो साइड में रहता हूँ ना सर।
साइड में रहते हैं
जी,
आप? अच्छा,
था ही रोड में, मैंने ये रोड कटिंग किया सन 86 से।
86 से आप हैं?
जी सर।
तो हमें बहुत फक्र है आपके ऊपर कि आपने लगातार, कितनी उम्र हो गई है?
अब तो 60-70 में पहुँच गए सर।
60-70?
70 में पहुँच।
70 में? आप 70 साल में इतने फिट है और एकदम -15 डिग्री में खड़े हैं। तो ये टनल आने से आपको कुछ लगता है कि जो लाहौल स्पीति के लोग हैं और उधर के जो गांव हैं उनसे कुछ फायदा होगा?
बहुत ही फायदा होगा सर।
बहुत फायदा होगा।
6 महीने तो घर में रहते थे।
अच्छा अच्छा।
फिर अपने रोहतांग को कहना है, अब तो डेली आना जाना, राशन पानी मनाली चला रहे।
ओके सुरेंद्र, आप ये बताएं कि इस टनल के बनने से आपको क्या लगता है कि आपको क्या फ़ायदा हुआ है, आपके रिलेटिव्स को, बच्चों को कैसे आपको फ़ायदा हुआ है?
फायदा तो बहुत हो जाए हमारे। सबसे पहली बात तो हमारे को फसल जो हम मंडी तक पहुंचाते हैं उसके कैरेज कम हो गए हैं, बच्चे आते जाते रहते हैं अब
उनके।
हाँ जी,
उनके पढ़ाई लिखाई में कोई फ़ायदा है?
मैं एक कुल्लू में पढ़ता है।
अच्छा अच्छा। जो हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी हैं श्री नरेंद्र मोदी, उन्होंने जो ये अपनी विकास की जो सोच है उनकी, उसमें कई सारी टनल्स बनेंगी देश में। तो उसके बनने से आपको लगता है कि ये सारा जो यहाँ का एरिया है जो नेग्लेक्टेड था वो सब इकट्ठा होगा और देश के साथ में जो मेनलैंड है हमारा उससे जुड़ेगा?
आर्थिक स्थिति में तो बहुत सुधार आएगा।
बहुत सुधार आएगा। वेरी गुड, शाबाश, वेरी गुड। ठीक है रुल्दू, बहुत अच्छा है। आपको मिलकर बहुत खुशी हुई। 70 साल में भी आप इतने फिट हैं।
बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत धन्यवाद आपके बात। जनरल चौधरी, वी आर इन लाहौल एंड स्पीति, वेरी कोल्ड आउट हियर। हाउ मच मोर वर्क डू यू हैव फर्दर?
I quantify the work because there's no limit to work. We have been working for 60 years on the borders, but I can certainly tell you the progress of work is going to accelerate. The momentum what we have achieved in last few years, it is going to double every year, or at least if not double every year, every 2 years, because the kind of planning which has been done by our Honorable Prime Minister to connect all the places on the borders through various schemes, that is going to keep us busy. And the number of tunnels what we are going to make to connect remote places, like we are also planning Shinkunla here to connect another road to Leh, then we are also planning Jozila. So there are a number of tunnels going to come, and I don't think so there is going to be any end to this.
Both of us have red noses now because of the cold. Delight speaking to you. India is very proud of you and of your men. Keep working hard, and I'm sure the country will see many more roads being connected and many more hearts being connected.
मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हमारी आर्म्ड फोर्सेस के लिए सीमाई इलाकों में रोड्स और अदर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर्स का निर्माण और उनका रख रखाव करके देश की सुरक्षा और अखंडता में एक महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाता है। जिन इलाकों में बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन काम करता है उनमें से अनेक इलाके तो क्लाइमेट और टोपोग्राफी की दृष्टि से दुनिया के सर्वाधिक कठिन इलाके हैं। हाल के दिनों में बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टाइम और स्पेस दोनों तरह की चुनौतियों का सामना करने के लिए आगे आया था। अब बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से देश की उम्मीदें कई गुना बढ़ गई हैं। अटल टनल रोहतांग के उद्घाटन के बाद देश अधिकांश इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रॉब्लम्स के लिए लेटेस्ट कटिंग एज एनवायरनमेंट फ्रेंडली सॉल्यूशन के लिए बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की ओर देख रहा है। मैं बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के सभी कर्मियों को तहे दिल बधाई देता हूं और हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं भी देता हूं, जिनकी निरंतर समर्पण और बलिदान के कारण बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आज इस ऊंचाई पर है। आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
We have done several reforms in the functioning of BRO which has enabled it to grow fast. Today, BRO is using the latest technologies and one of the latest construction equipment required for building in difficult terrain areas. We have strengthened the capabilities of our employees who are working in high altitude areas by providing them special winter clothing that has elongated the period in which BRO can function. Today, BRO is extensively using digital technologies, which has enabled better project management and improved monitoring. BRO has also shown tremendous amount of resilience to do work. Recently, for example, the Zojila tunnel, which connects to Leh from Srinagar, was kept open up to December 31st, which is a record in itself. Typically, otherwise, this road used to be previously closed late in October or early November at best. These capabilities has enabled BRO to stretch the period in which, in difficult terrain, lot of snow, 20, 30 feet of snow, BRO is able to work. One more important step that has been taken has been with respect to increased budgetary allocation. Government has been supporting BRO with increased budgetary allocation, and to further leverage that, we have given enhanced delegation of financial powers to DG BRO and other officers of BRO. So all these steps put together has enabled, much greater leverage and much greater efficiency in the functioning of BRO.
From this scenic Lahaul and Spiti Valley with the north portal of the Attal Tunnel, trust me, in December, in deep winter, it would have been impossible to come here. Only the Attal Tunnel has made it possible. Keep watching India Science.